So Dunkey put out a new video today. It's Videogamedunkey. You know, everyone knows. I'm not even going to bother introducing him. And he does like it's just like this short little video on Twitter, right? You know? It's this short little video on Twitter and how Twitter is super argumentative or whatever. Not exactly the hottest take. And it's this big thing about like the blue, black, gold, white dress. And then we have like a moment of,
oh my god,
yeah, comedic calm. You know?
Dogs are awesome.
Dogs are, yeah, look, see, we're chilling.
I love her.
Mm-hmm. Very cute dog.
Hashtag it's okay to be white. If that angers you, you are the problem. Nobody cares about you whites. Y'all want to
They don't want to oppress you, idiot, and I don't even think that keep playing the right star. It's okay. Hashtag
and then like the joke at the end is like, you know, even in the calm of the dog video, there are people angry, they're arguing about race or whatever. But what's interesting to me is we can look over that again. Now, I am one of the people who believes there's almost no way to neutrally present contentious political situations. I don't think there's a neutral depiction of slavery. I don't think there's unless it's literally like a history textbook that just describes dates and figures, and even that carries bias to it. Usually, I think it's you have either a favorable or an unfavorable depiction of any political thing. I mean, I don't hide my bias, you know. So what I'm interested in, do you guys think the way this is presented in the context of this jokey video from a YouTuber who does not do politics, do you think this is like a favorable or an unfavorable depiction of white supremacy as a concept?
Hashtag it's okay to be white. If that angers you, you are the problem.
Because here's the concern. The first tweet right here is, to some people, not an expression of white supremacy. To a lot of people who aren't racist, there's nothing wrong with this tweet because they don't understand the subtext. They don't understand like that when you say it's okay to be white, you're not actually saying it's okay to be white. Everyone knows it's okay to be white. What you're actually saying is, you know, like white rights, you know, white power, right? So to a lot of people, this might come off like as a neutral tweet, or they'd agree. I can imagine some people in this chat right now who in a certain context would agree with the sentiment of a tweet like this. So I can imagine a lot of Dunkey's audience looking at this and thinking that this is a positive tweet because they've heard of these crazy SJWs who say all white men are bad or whatever. And then they see this and they agree, yeah, it is okay to be white. If that makes you mad, like, what the fuck is your problem? And they think that's positive. But then, man, Dunkey isn't dog whistling? Oh, no. I'm not accusing Dunkey of dog whistling at all. I don't think that he is. But I'm curious how flippant portrayals of highly contentious, charged subjects can be interpreted by people who are very invested in those subjects. So you're right, this is being contrasted to the dog, which means since the dog is nice, and this is interrupting the dog video with something contentious, this is probably being framed negatively.
Nobody cares about you whites. Y'all want to
they don't want to oppress you, idiot, and I don't even think that keep playing the right star. It's okay.
See, you get it? But let's go over these one by one.
You are the problem.
Nobody cares about you whites. Y'all want to be oppressed so bad, but you've never been subject to the systemic racism of America or the entire anti-blackness of the entire world. See? And this makes me think that Dunkey is actually being favorable because look at this, okay? So this is like the SJW side, right? Nobody cares about y'all whites. You just want to be oppressed.
Nobody cares about you whites. Y'all want to
they don't want to oppress.
And then there's somebody, they don't want to be oppressed, you idiot. And I don't even think black people are oppressed. If you are oppressed, it's not as big a deal as you all make it out to be. Which sounds, I guess, just pretty stupid. Like, that just sounds stupid up front. And then we've tolerated these black people playing the race card for too long. It's time to fight back. Hashtag it's okay to be white. Hashtag white power. Hashtag Ospol. Which is, I think, pretty identifiably Nazi, you know, even to an average person. People who are using the hashtag it's okay to be white hashtag seriously are white supremacists. That's the tweet. So is that being presented seriously? Or is that being presented in jest? Because if that's just being presented as another example from Dunkey as, oh my god, look at how outraged and angry everyone is on this platform, I would consider that to be bad, because the tweet in the top left is correct.
It's okay.
And the one down there is a protein bar ad. And so on. I think it's interesting because I don't think Dunkey is racist. I'm leaving him completely out of this. I think that Dunkey is probably fairly politically neutral or ignorant, the way that most people are, unless they spend their whole lives learning about it, as I guess we have, or some of us have. So when the way that you casually present these very contentious subjects can sometimes belie a prejudice. So how do we interpret this? Is this just a sort of neutral, distanced a look at how contentious people can be on Twitter? And if that, you know, is the case, sure. Is this an enlightened centrist take on how all these crazy people keep arguing? You know, man, you've got all these people on Twitter. You've got Nazis, and you've got this person saying that people who say it's okay to be white are white supremacists. Look at all these crazies all around. You know, what can you do? I feel like it's a little bit enlightened centrist. Maybe a smidge. But I imagine that Dunkey, I don't know where Dunkey leans politically. Yeah, this does seem like an enlightened centrist meme, but it doesn't come off as a malicious one. Usually the enlightened centrist meme is people who are conservative or reactionary, but are feigning sort of a centrist veneer because they're ashamed of or dog whistling for their real beliefs. Bosch, is that your Dunkey impression? Shut up. So, yeah, I looked at the comments earlier because it was surprising to me to see a subject like that brought up in a Dunkey video, and none of them are dog whistly, I don't think. We can look. Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff somewhere in there, but none of this, like, they're like, there's not a wave of comments of people being like, huh, based, bro. Huh, yeah, dude, keep showing them, you know, like, it's not really that kind of stuff. And that's what I expect, because I don't think that Dunkey cultivates or dog whistles a reactionary audience. What is interesting to me, though, here, hold on, I can find it, wait. Dunkey ukulele. I completely misspelled that.
Banjo-Kazooie is one of my...
That's enough.
7 years later, releases, they make the weird move of removing JonTron as a voice actor for the game. In case you missed the controversy, popular YouTuber JonTron made some dumb, horrible, vile remarks on the internet for the...
You know what he's talking about? He's talking about the discussion with Destiny. JonTron was dropped from the crew of Yooka-Laylee for the voice acting gig that he had because of the debate with Destiny, where JonTron revealed that he was a white nationalist.
World to see. He said that he was not impressed by the new Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, obviously...
Now, here's the joke. And this is, I give credit to Dunkey. Obviously, he's really fucking funny, so he doesn't need my credit, you know. But this is kind of like a two-layered joke here. Because to the average person, to most of the 7 million views on this video, they have no fucking idea what happened with JonTron. They have no idea that JonTron spent an hour regurgitating white nationalist talking points to Destiny in a stream video. You never heard, you know, they just don't know. So to them, the joke is that he got dropped from Ukulele because he tweeted about Zelda, but obviously that doesn't make sense. You would never get dropped from a gig like that because of your opinion on Zelda, so it's kind of left open to the majority of the audience. But to the people who do know what happened, to the people who are aware of who are aware of what happened with JonTron, this almost kind of, maybe a little bit comes off like he's downplaying it, you know? I understand that not every YouTuber can just come out and make a video denouncing JonTron for a wide variety of reasons, but this does kind of trivialize it a little bit. I mean, he literally was making white nationalist talking points, but you know, but the joke is like the Zelda tweet. It feels a little bit like downplaying, but is that for comedic purposes? Because Dunkey doesn't feel it's his place to introduce real political discourse into his channel, which he's never done before. You can look over the hundreds of videos of Dunkey's. He never actually talks politics, like never for real, you know. And maybe a brief mention, a brief aside. Yeah, Dunkey also shouted out JonTron positively in his YouTube tier video. I imagine that Dunkey is a fairly apolitical person who doesn't care that much, but not caring about a friend of yours basically being a Nazi, to me is also an issue. But is he not acknowledging it here, or is he acknowledging it to the extent that he feels he is able to acknowledge it? Somebody here linked a tweet from 2016 right after Trump got elected. I mean, this is, you know, this is politics right here. I think I'm going to interpret the message a little bit. He is saying that he's saying Orange Man bad, and white woman less bad. That's my high level. Please donate, okay? I spent a lot of money on, you know, university loans, and when I engage in political analysis like that, you really are paying me for my high level services there. So I mean, there's his political leanings right there. I think he also in his video on The Division, I think he made a disparaging comment about Trump. The Division video came out...
I feel like The Division...
before Trump was elected.
...has always... I mean, pretty much... Is Ubisoft good again? No, fuck them. But is this a fun game? Yeah. Actually is pretty fun. The game takes place a week after Donald Trump has been elected president. As a member of the...
See? He also goes on in this video to make comments about how in the beginning of The Division, you basically just mow down, I mean...
Pretty much you're just only shooting black people for the first third of this game. But
that's not the sort of stuff that a reactionary would say. I never thought that Dunkey was a reactionary. It's interesting to me, though. This is part of me caring about media critique. Because Dunkey, I mean, he's so big. He's huge. Dunkey, huge channel. Dunkey is basically a media outlet in and of itself. In and of himself. And for that reason, trying to interpret the drip drop of political affiliation that you get from this, it's very, very interesting to me. These are the people that I would want to talk to more than anything else. If I could get Dunkey on the channel, it's never going to happen, by the way. It's literally never going to happen. But if I could get Dunkey on the channel to talk about politics, I would have a blast with that. I'm really interested in sussing out the political opinions of people who don't really dedicate their lives to political analysis. And that's I guess what I'm talking about here. You know, like, what is Dunkey? Well, Dunkey has made jokes made jokes about Donald Trump. A few of the jokes that he's made suggests he understands the nature of race relations in the country. I'm not going to get into all of his videos, you know, oh shit. Goddamn right it was, Nitric Basses. Thank you. You're fucking right it was. Orange Man bad. Whatever the case is, you know, I know he used to like Kanye, but he's made fun of Kanye now. And Kanye is obviously a very, very, very political, you know, political figure. He had that tweet where he was outright saying that people who supported Trump were fucking dumbasses. And now in this most recent video, he has like, Twitter is bad because people are arguing all the time and everything is a clusterfuck of antagonism constantly. And in that video, he has like the white supremacists and the non-white supremacists, and they're both kind of collaged together in this collection of like annoying voices. This stuff is really, really interesting to me, you know? In the absence of being able to actually speak to Dunkey, which, again, isn't going to happen, trying to, like, discern how he feels from a distance is really satisfying to me. If you guys, I don't know, do you have any opinions on this? I'm actually turning over to the audience. Do you have any, like, big brain opinions on this matter? Because Dunkey has a huge audience. God, like 6 million YouTube subscribers. I can't help but feel that if Dunkey ever made like a flat out political video, like, hey guys, I can't do Dunkey's voice. I'm gonna try anyway, you know. Hey guys, no. Hey guys. Hey guys, it's me. Videogamedunkey. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm not black like Videogamedunkey. If he just made a video where he was like, hey guys, the 2020 election is coming around, please don't vote for Donald Trump, he would never do that because he would lose like 500,000 subs in a day, because a lot of his audience probably is like red-leaning reactionaries. I don't think he cultivates an audience like that, though. That's the difference between apolitical and apolitical, you know? Everybody likes Videogamedunkey. Everybody likes video game. I don't know anyone who doesn't like Videogamedunkey. Everybody loves Videogamedunkey, you know? He consistently makes great content. Dunkey is white, isn't he? No, Dunkey is black. He consistently makes like really, really great content. The designing merch for Kanye West is one of my favorite YouTube videos. Though it's not watched on this account for some reason. I have 2 YouTube accounts, of course. But he's really, really funny. And for that reason, people from everywhere, you know, people from all sides of the political spectrum come over to enjoy his content. But he doesn't do that thing where he's, you know, apolitical, but he cultivates reactionaries. I think that some people tend to do that, you know, a little more specifically. You can determine a lot from the comment sections below videos. But I have never seen like a comment under a Dunkey video that was like making fun of the SJWs or something. It's always just stupid in references. Whereas if you go to like a PewDiePie video, PewDiePie is ostensibly apolitical, you will frequently see comments under PewDiePie videos which make fun of the SJWs or talk about how they've gone too far or say like based or whatever. And you can tell like, and it's not just that PewDiePie's entire audience is reactionary, because it's not at all. It's that the reactionary elements of the audience are empowered, and the non-reactionary elements of it, the progressive elements of it, are not. Whereas in Dunkey's case, the reactionary elements have not been empowered. Every video, you can go over it, the video comments will be about the video, or it will be references to Dunkey's content, generally speaking. And for that reason, I think I have actually derived from Dunkey's videos a sense of trust that I don't usually have in apolitical gamer dudes. I think he actually genuinely, for realsies, doesn't, I mean, obviously his tweet about how people who voted for Trump is pretty overt, but how they're stupid is pretty overt. But even if he didn't have that, the fact that his audience is so consistent in being, well, harmless, you know, makes me feel like, okay, this is actually like a good, neutral, apolitical, gaming channel. He said faggot a few times. He says retarded fairly often, but he's never, I think he stopped saying faggot like 6 years ago or something. It was a really long time ago. And when he says retard, I mean, I don't know, I say retard. Like, what am I going to do? Like, where am I coming from, you know? Yeah, true. He is self-deprecating and self-aware, and he's not a gamer with a capital G. One other thing that I appreciated about Dunkey is that Dunkey has made 2 videos critiquing video game critics. Where are they? I'm sure if I scroll eventually I'll find them. You guys, yeah, we got any real Dunkey fans in the audience, you know, they're gonna, you know what I'm talking about. Here we go, game critics, and then there's a part 2 somewhere down the line, and he makes fun of game critics, and this could play into a Gamergate-esque. The game critics are SJWs who don't care about the real gamers, but he doesn't do that. In both of his game critics episodes, he pretty specifically, guys, I know Dunkey is white. It's a meme. It's a meme that he's black. I know. Thank you. I appreciate your clarification. I know he's like lightly Hispanic, but yeah. It's a meme. But anyway, his video on the game critics didn't pander at all to the Gamergate crowd. It wasn't about how SJWs are ruining gaming at all. It's actually pretty pointedly about how corporate media and how corporate game reviewers are diluting the industry and making it more difficult for people to actually pick out what's of high quality and what isn't. He actually kind of basically critiqued capitalism, which is, you know, pretty based. He didn't say capitalism, but the things that he critiqued were unmistakably, you know, in our camp. Yeah, I don't know. I just wonder sometimes about the politics of these people who don't outright come and say it that often. And I am happy when good comes of it. That's it. That's it. Go watch Dunkey. I don't know. Everyone likes... actually, you know what? Dunkey has more than 100 times as many subscribers as me. I take it back. Don't watch Dunkey. Watch me, you know? Continue to watch my content. Why watch Dunkey?